You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. We're so happy you're here with us today. We're happy to be here today. I'm Lynn Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, I'm a producer, and I'm the youngest sister. And that's going to become, important later on, right, Liz? It's always important to me. I don't know.
I know. It's part of your identity. Go with it, sister. Liz Dolan, I'm the middle sister, which is, in a family of 8, a relatively meaningless position. But whatever. I'm in Bend, Oregon for a couple of weeks till the end of this week, and I'm always thrilled to be here doing a show. Hello, Julie Dolan.
Hey, this is Julie Dolan. I'm in Steamboat Springs, Colorado today, which is always a treat to be here. And I am the eldest daughter. How about that?
You can say oldest sister, but if you want to go with eldest daughter, that's a dramatic statement.
It is.
The reason we're playing around with this birth order thing is that we are about to tape an Ask Us Anything show. You sent in your questions. We're going to record that later today, and then that will play in August. And we got a lot of questions on birth order, family, did you ever want to be another age sister, that kind of thing. But the question of the day for you two today is, what is an Ask Us Anything question we never get asked? We never get asked.
I have a good one, Lynn. This is a family mystery that it remains unsolved, and I think we should crack it wide open. One of the 5 sisters took Mom's favorite yellow sweater at one point, okay? This was a sweater my mother loved to wear, and one of the sisters took the sweater and never returned it. And it remains a family mystery. What happened to the yellow sweater? So that's my question. Somebody's going to have to confess to this crime. I think it's about time.
Ooh, Dateline Satellite Sisters. All right, Liz, how about you? What's an Ask Us Anything question we never get asked?
Well, I was going to go in totally the opposite direction and ask us anything. A question that's really kind of a blank slate kind of question that reveals your thought process. Like, what do you think your life would have been like if you were born in the 17th century? Something like that, where you could just imagine or make something up. For some reason, I'm convinced I would be like born a milkmaid, die a milkmaid, because in the 17th century, women in upward mobility, not so much. But anyway, I've given that some thought over time.
I think you would have a milkmaid empire in the Liz. Whatever was your status, I think you would manage to brand your kind of milk, and it would be wildly successful. And there you go. Yeah.
But yeah, so the sort of clean slate of in another era, in another place, how much of you would be you is interesting to think about. Okay, and Leanne, how about you? What's an Ask Us Anything question?
Just something super basic. I think who has the best legs of all the satellite sisters? My answer is Liz Dolan. I think she has the best legs of all of us, honestly.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Our mom had great legs.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, we all have pretty good legs, I would say. But I think, Liz, you have great legs.
Thank you. Ironically, yes.
All right. We could do this all day. And in fact, we're going to do it all day later for a show in August. But we do have a show to do today. So a couple things. We are going to be taking a vacation after this week, a hiatus. So Liz has exciting news about some of the hiatus replays you're going to hear. She's been tracking down the best shows in our archive, and we're going to be delivering those to you for the next 4 weeks. I have an unbelievable story about the country's most frequent flyer. I know. It's terrible to fly right now, but This guy, I'm telling you, he has been doing the job for us for 25 plus years. Julie, you're here with the trends. We love that.
I have some trends and anti-trends. I'm going to explain it. It's very confusing, but there are trends and there are anti-trends, which are also trends. Okay? Hold on.
Sure.
I'll explain it later.
Sure. All right. Liz, you're going to be here with an update on social media, right? Lizzy D with the social.
Oh, Lizzy D with the socials. It's been a month or so. We have some unexpected Satellite Sisters things happening in the socials. So I'm going to share just a mini roundup.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. But first, let's see what's happening. What's happening, Liz? What's happening? You had a fantastic weekend watching Wimbledon. I understand.
Yes, didn't we all? Or many of us?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it was a great Wimbledon. It was a wonderful championships. We crowned Carlos Alcaraz in the men's single and Marketa Vondrousova in the women's singles. And like before we get to the epic five-setter, Carlos and Djokovic, let's just talk a little bit about Marketa, shall we? An unseeded player winning the tournament. Julie, you're a tennis expert. That's
All right.
unheard of.
It's unheard of. And last year at the time, she had a wrist operation. So she was walking around with a big cast on, which I can relate to because I've broken my wrist, Liz, and I have not gone on to win Wimbledon. But I loved her. She was so great. And I loved it that her older sister was watching her win the championship and was crying at the last point. It was really dramatic.
Okay, that was great. And then the men's final, there's been a lot of talk about, of course, you're required to use the phrase epic five-setter because it was an epic five-setter. Carlos Alcaraz, I mean, Djokovic, like, he's just sort of the default winner so often, especially
Right.
Wimbledon. And when Carlos lost a set, you're like, okay, here we go. But no, he came back like the young triumph. This is the new face of men's tennis. It was super exciting to watch. Did you guys take it in?
I was away for the weekend, so we didn't have access to a TV, but we were all following point by point on our phones because there were a lot of tennis fans there. And then at the end of the day, we got a chance while we were waiting for our flight to watch the replay of the fifth set. So it was as good as being there, Liz.
Yes.
Very exciting. And again, no one really roots for Djokovic because he's really unlikable. And so everyone roots for Carlito, and he's adorable.
Liz, I was listening to it on BBC Radio because we were driving to Colorado. It was so intense on the radio, as radio is. It's a very intense listening experience. At certain points, we just had to turn off the radio, because we were going to drive off the roads because the points were back and forth. And, that was our driving style as well.
Yes. Okay, well then, as long as you were watching on the radio, I'm going to mention something that you might not have noticed on the radio, but as a, sports marketing person, just made me laugh. This has nothing to do with the match. But so Alcaraz wins, Djokovic, does give him a hug, whatever. They're sitting down, they're getting ready for the big presentation, right? So they each put on their warm-up jackets because they're so hot and sweaty. And then they each reach into their bag and put on a super expensive watch. Did anyone else notice that? Well, you wouldn't notice that on the radio.
I've seen that. I've seen that at award ceremonies. Yeah.
It just made me, obviously these are endorsement deals and they're paid to have the watch in the same shot with the big Wimbledon trophy, right? That's what the sponsor is looking for. And it just struck me as funny. I don't know why. It's just a thing they do in tennis that gives me a kick. And then the other thing that happened that made me laugh is they were, of course, talking about during the presentation, talking about all the people in the royal box, obviously the British royals. But then throughout the match, they had pointed out the King of Spain, who was there to watch Carlos Alcaraz. And I'm just going to confess this right here. I didn't even know that Spain still had a king. That came as a big surprise. I remember Juan Carlos, but seriously, did you know they still had a king? They do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good for you.
And a lovely queen. As well.
She's
beautiful. She's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did not see any shots of her, but there you go. Those are my two observations about non-tennis related things at Wimbledon. But it was quite the celebrity cavalcade too.
Oh, incredible celebrity sightings there. I mean, plus everyone's so dressed up and they look so great. So it just all the great British stars. I mean, Brad Pitt, my God.
amazing. And did you see
Idris Elba? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about Princess Charlotte? Oh, come on. Now, in the little pink sunglasses with her fingers crossed, rooting for Alcaraz. I mean, she's
Yes.
stealing the show, isn't she?
She's the
I think
best
she's
that
the one
family
in the
has to
family.
offer. Yeah, she's
She's
the
the
best.
one in the family with a very specific personality.
Yeah. So it was great. Well, we should enjoy these sporting events because that's really the only place we're going to see celebrities because of the writer's strike, right? And the actor's strike. They're not out publicizing movies, award shows. It's done. So enjoy these celeb sightings at the sporting events. Well, I was in Colorado this weekend. Actually, it was like an extended long weekend with a bunch of my friends from college. First, I had a trip to Denver where I saw my college roommate and her husband, both of whom I know from college. And then I went with a larger group, the Sage End Sisterhood, we like to call ourselves, up to Breckenridge, Colorado for 4 days there at one of the sisters' houses up in Breckenridge. And I can tell you this, I got off the plane in Denver at like 10:15 in the morning on Wednesday. I did not stop talking for like 5 straight days. It was so like catching up. What are you doing? What's happening? How's work? How are the kids? How are your parents? It was just so much talking, which is excellent. I feel fully caught up with many, many important people in my life. And I love that feeling. Always worth the effort. Totally worth the effort. But couple of lessons from the Sage Ed Sisterhood. Here we go. You can have a fantastic time in the mountains without hiking. Okay, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to hike. Oh, we went to yoga class at the senior center. Fantastic yoga class there. We went to an art show. We all bought something at a beautiful arts and crafts show. We took the gondola up the ski lift. We up the ski hill. We, shopped. We had lunch out. We cooked a lot of fun dinners. We played a lot of games. We took nice walks with the dog that did not involve a lot of elevation change. So fantastic time in the mountains. No hiking. Okay. Another truth.
Happy for you, Lynn. Okay.
Another truth.
Assume no mountain biking either. Okay.
No. No, a lot of people have some biking issues, but that's neither here nor there. So another truth, our feet are aging faster than our faces. All right. I mean, what does that mean? Weren't you led to believe that, like, by the beauty industrial complex, that your face was going to be the thing that was going to show your age? And in the meantime, like, our faces look great. It's our feet that are falling apart between the plantar fasciitis and the changing sizes and the bunions and the bone spurs. It's incredible. Feet aging faster than faces.
Hey, good observation.
Another truth here, chocolate cake is delicious. And we are very lucky to have a baker among us. And it feels like every year when we do this, she brings a chocolate cake somehow. Sometimes she takes it right out of her suitcase, a homemade chocolate cake. But chocolate cake was delicious. And you know what? We ate the whole thing. So there you go. It took us 4 days, but we finished it. You know what else is delicious? Rocky Mountain water. Julie, you're very lucky there in Steamboat to have that delicious Rocky Mountain water.
Right?
Good.
Very good. Right from the tap. Yes.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's just something we really do not enjoy in Southern California. We get your water like 10 days later when it's been through all the minerals that the desert has to offer up. And it's not that tasty. Okay. Adult children still need parenting. All right. Well, a lot of 20-something drama happening in the future, unfolding. Things are still happening. Another truth, aging parents also need parenting. Okay, that is where, my group is right in the middle of those two spectrums. So also true. A lot of concern where to go for the back to school season because now Bed Bath & Beyond is gone. Here's a hot tip from my friend Louise. Macy's Charter Club is the new Bed Bath & Beyond.
Just
what
check
is
out.
that? It's just go to Macy's. The Macy's.
It's their brand, Liz.
Okay.
Yeah. But I hadn't even thought about that for college-bound students. Yeah.
Right.
Beyond. It was an essential stop on your way to college. Yeah.
So she had us all ordering sheets and towels, and it was, really good prices. That's my tip. And then a Satellite Sisters Classic, you just can't make new old friends. Just so lovely to reconnect with people that have known you for 40 years. There's just a lot of laughter still about what we did in college and those early days after college, and you just can't beat that. It was just a wonderful weekend. So thanks to Lynn who organized it and Danny who made the cake and everybody for making the effort to come. It was great.
Leanne, so good and so good that you've kept that connection going. I mean, that's really important.
Right.
And I like your name of your group.
Thank you.
Yeah. You. Okay, sisters. I need a satellite sister ruling. Okay. Here's a situation that presents itself to me every time we travel, we go on vacation. My husband asked for me to carry some of the things, some of his things in my purse. And this usually involves heavy things like chargers or batteries or cords or sunglasses, and I've worked really hard to operate in a small purse that doesn't hold my shoulder, hurt my shoulders. And then he gives me all this stuff for me to carry. Now, I admit it. I resent it. Okay, I am not happy about this situation. But at the same time, I have to admit that there are occasions that I ask my husband to carry things for me. Could you just carry my reading glasses? I don't want to go into the, I don't want to carry a purse. Just can you put them in your coat or something like that? Should I just get over myself? Should I stop being so resentful, or should I get my husband a fanny pack?
Okay. Marriage is not really my material. So I have a point of view on this, of course, but I'm going to defer to Lynn first.
I think but you should do both things. I think you should try to get over it and give your husband a fanny pack.
Okay.
My guess is that we won't ever use the fanny pack, but it might surprise him. Man bags are really a thing now. You see lots of guys, younger guys with the crossbody bags, and they've got their stuff in it. It's totally acceptable now to like wear one of those crossbody bags with stuff, especially in a casual setting. Cords and batteries, those are heavy.
I know they are. I know.
It's one thing, like occasionally the keys or the sunglasses, but once people start getting into chargers, they're on their own. So I would do both. I would, get an attractive bag and then also try to get over it.
Okay. Liz?
Yeah. I'm thinking your husband is not a fanny pack guy, but I think you have every right to offload his stuff back onto him. So is he a mini backpack guy? Can you think of some kind of carrying thing that he would actually make a habit of? Is that possible?
I don't know. A fishing vest? If he could wear a fishing vest full time, then he'd have a pocket. Okay.
I would love to see him in a fishing vest.
He wears one. So maybe I should, when we're traveling, he's got to wear a fishing vest. Okay. Right. For all trips. Okay. Very helpful. Okay.
I'm glad we can help you there. Anyway, so Lynn mentioned at the top of the show that this is our last episode until August 22nd. On August 22nd, we're coming right back with our first Ask Us Anything episode in quite a while. So you can totally look forward to that. We got so many good questions. But we are not leaving you alone during the break. We are bringing you a selection of our kickoff episodes from some pivotal years in our lives. And I'll tell you why I picked out these 4 episodes. First of all, when I'm picking reruns, I apply the does this really hold up test. And I would just say, not every episode holds up.
Really live in the moment. Yes.
Some episodes, right, exactly, Julie. They might be right for, October of 2019, but does it have a, classic quality to it? Not always. But our first episode of every year is always like super intentional, super thoughtful. We're super excited to be there. So I picked out 4 episodes that are the first episodes from a pivotal year.
Great concept, Liz. Really well done. Well, good thinking. Well thought through. I like it.
Thank you. So the first year is the first episode of 2013. Now, this episode is Monica, Julie, and me.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn, you were off finishing a novel, and Sheila, operating under the name Annabelle Needle, which some longtime listeners might remember, she could not join us on that episode because she could not figure out how to unmute her mic. So
I love that.
That's why
technical difficulties forever. Yes.
Yeah. And go ahead, Joel.
Well, I know. I mean, Liz, when you had briefed us about this before the show, and I liked it that Monica's theme that year was "Let's ramp up the fun," because 2012 had been really a very hard year for our family with our mom being very sick, and then our mom dying, and then our dad was still sick. So ramping up the fun seemed like seemed hard. Okay, yeah, let's say that.
It was a long shot. It was a long shot. Because you do mention in the episode, Julie, that Dad was in hospice at that time.
Right.
So
Really, he passed away several really weeks after the recording of the show.
Is that when the fun really ramped up? When we had lost both our parents in an 8-week period?
Yeah. Needless to say, no, the fun did not ramp up. But that's why I think this was a pivotal time, because we knew some hard truths and we didn't know some hard truths all at the same time. So that was 2013. 2019, this is a whole different situation. 2019, we had an epic travel announcement and goals for 2019.
All right. So listening back, you guys were going on this big trip. But it feels like you had no idea what you were getting yourself into. Is that correct? You were going to Patagonia, but it appears you didn't really even know where that was. Is that my imagination?
Liam, that made me laugh. That's so true. In this episode, you keep asking us where Patagonia is, and we're basically saying, oh, it's the mountains, it's Argentina, but we never even say it's in the Andes, there are glaciers, blah, 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 blah. I was much more concerned about finding the right pants.
It's hard to find pants. Yeah.
And Liz, I couldn't understand why you brought so many pairs of socks. I mean, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun. I enjoyed listening back, because then all of a sudden here it is 2023 and I've written a book about Patagonia. Like, you guys inspired that portion of my next book, The Marriage Sabbatical. So now we all know where Patagonia is, right? Everybody does.
Yes, we do. And then, 2020, there were visions in 2020. I think it kicked off, Leanne, with you saying that you were feeling very positive for 2020.
That's great. I was just coming off treatment for cancer. So really, how much worse could 2020 be than 2019? I mean, what's crazy is how badly it went south right after we did that show.
We just really had no idea how bad it was going to be. I mean, really, even though by that point, there were reports coming out of Asia, Europe about this virus, but somehow, oh no, that wasn't going to happen to us because I know my theme for the year was make hope happen. Okay. Make it happen. Yeah.
Something did in January of 2020.
Something happened in 2020.
My theme was happy to be here. That remains my theme, happy to be here. But Liz, you told me I actually said on this episode, cancer did not make me a nicer person.
Yes.
I did not change my personality. Still stands. I still stand by that line.
Okay. And then we'll give you the first episode of 2022, where we each share our themes for the year. We don't need to divulge right now what they are. But it really made me laugh that this episode also contains, Leanne, surprisingly, you had a whole segment that was spirituality tips from cats.
Right up my alley. Spirituality and cats. Two things I'm really good at. Okay.
And Julie, you opened the year with a flying saucer injury that so you had a snag that broke your front tooth.
Yeah, I look like Ellie Mae Clampett. Let's just face it. Yep.
And we were less than kind about this.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Typical.
Anyway, so just some teasers. That's what you're going to get while we're gone. All 4 really fun episodes: 2013, 2019, 2020, and what was that in 2022? So enjoy, and then we'll be back before you know it.
Support for today's show comes from Jenny Kane. Oh, we love the brand Jenny Kane. It's a California brand through and through, and they are summer staples. I just like to go to the website and peruse it because they are beautiful. They're minimalist. They're effortless. They have flowy dresses and lightweight cotton cardigans and just a lot of things with navy and white stripes, Julie, which is really, I think, where you want to go in the summer. And it's great because if you go to jennykane.com and use the code SISTERS, you're going to get 15% off your first order. Julie, you have one of these.
Yes, I do.
Both.
Navy and white. Yes, navy and white cotton cardigan land.
Oh, you
It's
have
great.
Oh.
It's slouchy. It's comfortable. It's just enough weight that you need for the summer. I can pair it with the dress. It looks great with jeans. It's casual, but you feel a lot more pulled together. You're going to go to one of those grocery stores where it's freezing cold. I just put my Jenny Kane sweater over my shoulders. I'm looking cool. I'm looking great when I'm in the the dairy products as aisle. So I love it, Lynn. I've even signed up for the Jenny Kane text. So I get little texts like how to wear my sweater with a dress, how to wear my sweater with shorts, how to wear with, with jeans. It's I'm enjoying it, Lynn. It's some of my best communications now. Mm-hmm.
Would you say it's effortless and so easy to put together? Because that's
Yes, Lynn, that's it. Blue and white. How classic is that? And it looks good with everything.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to go back to jennykane.com and take another look at that sweater because I saw it. I was like, "Ooh, that is great." And now you own it. Now I'm all jealous, sister.
Well, all right. I think it would look good on you, Lynn. And I think we both can have the same sweater. Yes, I think
that's true. I think that's true because it's a classic and it's effortless. And Jenny Kane has an incredible rewards program where you can earn up to 10% back with every purchase. And so joining is free. There you go. Here's what we want you to do. We want you to find your forever pieces at jennykane.com. Satellite Sisters listeners get 15% off their first order when they use the code SISTERS at checkout. That's 15% off your first order at jennykane.com. And Jenny Kane is spelled JENNIKAYNE.com. jennykane.com, promo code SISTERS. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about. Hi, Satellite Sisters and Misters. Is it time to refresh your skincare routine? When is it not? Osea's Ocean Eye Serum is a great place to start because nothing says refreshed more than bright, wide awake looking eyes. Julie, I think that's your personal motto, isn't it?
Well, it's not how I start in the morning, but it's my personal goal, Lynn, to get bright, fresh eyes. And that's why I love the Osea serum. It's got that ball applicator you put on. Oh, man, the bags, they disappear. Yeah, you feel bright, fresh, and it's all natural. I love it.
Would you say it brightens, smooths, depuffs, and awakens the entire eye area?
Yes,
is that fair to
yes,
say?
it does. There's a lot of depuffing going on, and I appreciate that.
The Osea Ocean Eye Serum is like a shot of espresso for the eyes. We mentioned that cooling roller ball, just roll it around. And Ocean Eye Serum is clinically proven to brighten the look of eyes, reduce the look of crow's feet and under eye bags, diminish puffiness and dark circles, and smooth the look of fine lines and wrinkles because it uses high-performance ingredients such as hyaluronic acids, peptides, and their signature Undaria seaweed. Osea has been making these seaweed-infused products that are safe for your skin and the planet for 27 years. And we love that they are family-owned and run by a mom and daughter team. Thank you, Osea Malibu, for supporting Satellite Sisters. We love supporting your skincare line. Spring into your most radiant skin yet with clean vegan skincare and body care from Osea. And get 10% off your first order site-wide with the code SATSISTERS at OseaMalibu.com. And Osea is OSEA, OseaMalibu.com. You get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head over to OseaMalibu.com and use code SATSISTERS for 10% off. Thanks, Osea. And we're back. That's how quickly we came back. No, thanks, Liz. Good recap on what's going to happen during our hiatus. I know a lot of us are going to be traveling. People are probably in an airport right now listening to this. And maybe we don't need to talk about how bad flying is, but there was a story in the Washington Post a couple weeks ago. It was just the most extraordinary story about America's most frequent flyer. Okay, so first of all, it was written by Rick Riley, who's just so funny.
And he interviewed this guy. His name is Tom Stuker. Okay. He's America's most frequent flyer. And this is how many, just try to guess how many miles he's flown since 1990. And I can tell you it's easily in the millions. Okay.
50 million. I'm going to go with 50 million.
50? Okay.
Let's go with 25 million.
23 million miles.
Whoa.
So far, 23 million miles. He is a 69-year-old car dealership consultant from New Jersey. And Riley calls him the biggest mistake American Airlines ever made. Here's the deal. In 1990, United offered a pass for $290,000, a lifetime pass. You paid that price, fly anywhere you wanted for the rest of your life. So
United, or was it America? I think it was.
I'm sorry, it was United. I'm United. I said that wrong. It's United Airlines. So United Airlines offered this lifetime pass for $290,000. Okay. And he bought it. And he's pretty much lived in his favorite seat, 1B, ever since. Here's what he says. He says, Liz and Julie, it's the best investment of his life because he realized that the frequent flyer miles he racked up, they're not just valuable for booking more flights. Once you get into the millions and millions of frequent flyer miles, you can trade them for almost anything. Lavish hotel suites, week-long cruises, gourmet meals. He used once in an auction 450,000 airline miles to actually be an extra on an episode of Seinfeld. Okay.
That is possible?
Yes.
That's big living. I like it.
Yeah. So it's the one where George's fiance dies from licking the envelopes. I mean, that's just one of the greatest Seinfeld episodes of all time. And he's just in a diner. So he's used them for gift cards. At one point, he cashed in enough miles for $50,000 worth of Walmart gift cards. So he could redo his house. I mean, I had no idea. Did you? I just never would have thought to parlay it like that. But here's the really weird thing. So United has lost a ton of money on him, but they also love him. You know, it's like this idea that hostages love their captors. United loves their lost leader. Over the years, Liz, don't get jealous, but they have put his name not on one, but 2 planes. The are Stuker customer planes. They actually asked him to help design the menu at the new, Polaris Club. And he says that when he has a really tight connection, there's a Mercedes waiting on the tarmac to whoosh him to the next gate.
I like that. That's the way to do it.
He's got it figured out.
So it's sort of fun. So I don't need to tell you, 1 year he flew more flights than there are days. He's been to 100 countries in the world. Rick Riley actually took a flight on him. And he said when he calls the 800 number, they pick up the phone. They go, "Hi, Mr. Stuker, is that you?" They know. The ropes come down. He's on the plane, but before the pilots, basically, with the champagne.
But because he doesn't sound miserable, Leah.
No,
it sounds like he has enjoyed this lifestyle, and he's sort of parlayed it into other wealth. But
it just sounds like kind of a fun guy. And has he seen people die in the air? Yes, he has, Julie. 4 people have died on his.
Oh my God.
4 people go down. But that doesn't stop him. Okay, so here is some really great flying advice from this very frequent flyer. I love these. Okay, piece of advice number 1. Lie to the first flight attendant you meet inside the door when you board. She's the head attendant, and I always say, "I remember you. You gave us such great service last time. I want to thank you again." And then he said, "Guaranteed you get all kinds of free stuff." Okay, Okay. Right.
I'm writing that one down.
I know. Julie, I can see you working that one. Honestly, you'd be really good at that. Okay, 2, if you can't book the seat you want, keep your phone open to the seat map app as you board. If a blocked seat that you want suddenly opens up, just take it. They won't care. They never sold it. It's just open. They blocked the seat, just take it. They're not going to check, which is amazing. Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever check a bag. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
And underpack. Every town has laundromats and stores.
Okay.
And then he said this, he can't stand it. And he must, he flies, he's upgraded all the time. He can upgrade his travel companions, his friends. He upgrades everybody within his circle. But he said, don't be a jerk and use your cell phone without headphones. That way people won't hate you. When someone takes a long business call on the speaker, he always says, "Hey, buddy, next time you're going to have all of us to your business meeting, bring donuts."
I like his attitude.
Great attitude.
Yeah.
Great attitude. There's a link to the whole article here, but a really fun story by Rick Riley. And then I just want to mention, if you're over on our Facebook group, that's the Satellite Sisters private Facebook group, maybe you saw Cheryl's flying tips, because Cheryl was caught in a complete nightmare this week trying to get to the East Coast from Santa Fe, where there are no direct flights. So don't tell her that. And Cheryl, she had all the delays, all the cancellations. She has just put in great detail everything you need to do if you want to get some of your travel expenses back if your flights are canceled. But her big advice, and I've heard this from a million people now, is to put air tags on your luggage. It's well worth the $30 investment. That way you know exactly where your bags are, even when the airline is lying to you. So there you go. We have our frequent flyer and Cheryl. So check out the Satellite Sisters Facebook group if you want to see Cheryl's tips.
They were good ones.
Complete,
Yes.
thorough. Yeah, a lot of documenting.
Yes. That was impressive. Hey, well, it is Tuesday, and I have some hot Tuesday trends for this summer day. Okay, are you ready, sisters? The first one. This is a new hot trend: girl dinners. Have you heard of this? Okay. Now, we've all had them. Okay. We've made them. We just didn't know it was an official thing. But now, because the New York Times has written about it and a TikToker did a video of it that had 30 million views, girl dinners are an official thing. Okay. What is a girl dinner? You know what this is. It's the dinner you make when you're home alone, but for yourself. Okay. It's a snack plate. And maybe you put your favorite things on it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Our sister Sheila, okay, has she been making snacks for dinner for decades, right? Yes.
I feel like she might have invented this.
Yeah, she made the first girl dinner, okay? But these are Liz. You are a solo.
And I live alone. Yes. So
You make girl dinners. You make girl dinners.
Well, sometimes it is just an unusual combination of things that if there was another individual there, I wouldn't be serving that to them, but it's what I want in the moment. That's what you're describing, right?
Right. And that's exactly what should be happening, Liz. The TikToker says that girl dinners should be chaotic and filling. Is that what you're going for when you're
Yes. Can I just say, I love the Gen Z use of the word chaotic. It's their favorite new word. I'm all in on chaotic.
Okay, Lynn, like you live with some people over there at your house, okay? Do you find that you eat differently if your spouse or your children are not around?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I my classic girl dinner is cottage cheese, salsa, and chips.
Okay.
I have been eating that. I ate that. That got me through my 20s. And when the fam goes out of town, that's what I'm eating. I like some cottage cheese. I like some chips. I like some salsa. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
That's my cottage cheese will never die.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what I liked about this whole movement for girl dinners, I mean, this expression was really coined by a 28-year-old. She's a production assistant, and she just started taking pictures of her girl dinners. And the reason why she did that is because she was opting out of the tyranny of cooking. Okay. The girl is 28 years old. She knows nothing about the tyranny of cooking. Am I right, Leah?
No, you know what? But she's identifying it, and I admire her for it. At least she's trying, because it's tyranny. I think people discovered the tyranny of cooking during the pandemic. They were like, "Are you kidding me? Every meal, every day?
You're possible here. You want to eat again? Okay, so here's the thing about girl dinners. We can all enjoy them, but make sure your aspiration should be that this is a giddy experience, okay? You're home alone, get yourself a plate and be giddy, okay? I like that one, okay?
I'm not sure I can gin up giddy like 5 nights a week. But okay, I get the concept.
Okay, girl dinners. Okay, here's another TikTok trend that's coming out, and I'm not so sure about it. Now, we all need self-care. We all need days of rest. We all need days, particularly during the summer, lazy days, okay, where maybe you can nap or something. But there is a new social media trend of self-care that's called rotting. rotting, that you
Oh,
just,
really?
yes, that's what it's called, Lian. You stay in bed and you're just rotting in bed. That's the expression. Okay. So people are expending excessive amounts of time in bed. Okay. Not like sleeping in a little, sleep late, or taking a nap. This is like you get in bed and you like get under the covers and you don't move. You're doing nothing there. It's not like you're working from your bed. You're not reading a book. Maybe you're on social media. Okay. But that's about it. This is laziness to the extremes. And you just do this. You stay in bed maybe for days and rot in bed. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's a downer. That's
This is like,
I feel like they've taken a very positive thing and turned it into a negative, though.
yeah.
This thing,
yeah.
what can we just call it? Resting, or,
No, you should do like really nothing. That's it. But this is, I mean, a lot of health experts are worried about this because really it can lead to increased risk of depression. I mean, and if all you're doing is looking at your phone, that creates anxiety and stress. I mean, and you need to move your body. You need to get up and get going. Isn't that what our mother said? So no rotting in bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Take a nap, maybe. Okay.
yes.
So we're not positive about that. Okay. And here's my final trend, sister. Now you have to pay attention because I barely understand this, but I will try to explain it the best I can. Now there are trends in fashion, but now there are something else called anti-trends in fashion. So first of all, a fashion trend in 2023. Okay. Barbiecore pink. That's a fashion trend. Okay. You get that. But now there is this major rise in what is known as anti-trends. These are clothing pieces that are cool and stylish and trendless, and they're outside the cycle of fast fashion. Let's say you don't want to wear Barbiecore pink, okay? Let's say you don't want to wear the transparent, sheer, semi-sheer clothing that's the 2023 fashion trend. Okay, well, you can do an anti-trend, okay?
Okay.
You can wear a white tank top, okay? Anti-trend. No pink for you, white tank top, okay? Lian, okay, no transparent clothes for you. You can wear relaxed denim. That's an anti-trend. Okay.
But what's the difference? I'm sorry if this is a follow-up question you can't handle. What's the difference between an anti-trend and just being off-trend?
That's exactly right, Liz. That's it. This is why it's mind-blowing to me. Okay? It's just like if you're wearing old clothes, that's now anti-trend, okay? Which is a trend in itself, but it's not a fashion trend. Okay, there. Is your head spinning? Okay.
Yes, because it feels like then anything you do could be called a trend.
Yes.
Well, I think it's an intentional rejection of the trend. I think that's the difference, Liz. I am not going to wear pink. I'm just going to wear my white T-shirt. Okay. I am not going to wear bodycon clothes. I'm going to wear but it's intentional. I'm making a statement by not wearing something. Okay. Do I have that correct?
Branding. Yes, that's exactly right, Lian. But it's not just putting on old clothes. You have to get like slip dresses. Those are anti-trends. Do you have a slip dress? No. Okay, we don't have slip dresses.
We have slips. Our mom made us wear slips, so I'm sure we all have a slip in our in our drawer. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I think it's just I want you to know it's out there. Trend, anti-trends in fashion. Okay, do your best. Okay.
Julie, another breakthrough issue of Tuesday Trends. I mean, this gives people a lot to talk about. While we're on hiatus, they can just parse girl dinners, rotting as self-care, and anti-trends. That's 4 weeks worth of conversation, as far as I'm concerned.
For sure.
All right. We want to remind people that our big fun weekend is happening in Minneapolis in October, the 13th through the 15th. And this is real. Tickets are almost sold out. Thank you to everyone who has bought their tickets. We are so excited. I mean, we had a meeting this Monday with Sarah Alice, our event producer, and we are fired up. So I can tell you, tickets will sell out. So if you have been thinking about it and you definitely want to be there in Minneapolis joining us, now would be a great time to go to satellitesisters.com. Right there on the homepage, you can click through and buy your tickets. What we can tell you is the hotel itself is sold out, but we can work with you if you buy a ticket to the event. You can contact the hotel and they can put you on a wait list. Not only is our block sold out, the hotel is sold out, but rooms may open up on a one-by-one basis. But those tickets, get those, because there is a limited number and they will sell out. And in our meeting yesterday, I mean, well, Julie came fired up. I mean, she
Really?
Liz,
I brought it to the meeting.
I mean, Liz and I were only focused on the swag bags, but Julie is event planning like nobody's business. Julie, you want cheerleaders there?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to have cheerleaders. We're going to be looking for cheerleaders. If you're coming to the event and you're interested in cheerleading, their details are coming out about this. But we need some cheerleaders for both Friday night and Saturday night. Pom-poms will be provided. I can tell you that.
Julie has also planned some great team activities. And I know, don't worry, it's not as competitive as it sounds, but it's just if you're coming alone, we're going to make it easy for you to meet people Friday night and Saturday. We're going to be working with some team activities. And then we each had to claim an activity Saturday morning that we are going to lead. So each sister will be leading something individually Saturday morning with the help of some pros, we know, but we will be there on site Saturday morning. I'm going to be there with a yoga class. I'm going to be doing yoga. Julie, you have committed to arts and crafts. That's unusual.
Yes, we're going to. Yes, it is unusual because, we have no skills in that area. But I know that many of the sisters that are coming to the event are highly skilled. We're going to be making a big fun mural. It's going to be big and fun. And I want you there on Saturday morning with my team. Mm-hmm.
And then Liz, tell us what you're doing. This is exciting.
Well, I decided, none of us know Minneapolis well enough to lead a tour of Minneapolis, but I do know how to get from our hotel to the Mary Tyler Moore statue, sisters. So I am going to lead a walk to the Mary Tyler Moore statue.
Liz, it's a pilgrimage. It's a pilgrimage.
Yes. Okay. Pilgrimage, a 7-minute pilgrimage. According to GPS, it's a 7-minute walk. So everyone can handle a 7-minute walk. We're just going to walk to the MTA statue, have a moment with each other, maybe a group photo, and walk back. So that's our out of the hotel activity. You're of course free to do anything you want out of the hotel on Saturday morning. But if you just want to meet up with some of the other satellite sisters and to go on the pilgrimage, then Mary Tyler Moore awaits you.
All right. So then live podcast Saturday afternoon, the big Mamma Mia dance party Saturday night, more exciting activities planned for that. I mean, we're going to be doing all kinds of things at that Mamma Mia dance party. So if you want in, now is the time to do it. SatelliteSisters.com. Go to the homepage. You'll see on the right-hand side, just click through the tickets. The tickets are there for you. And then we have a Facebook group for people who have bought tickets and will be there at the weekend. And we're going to be putting more stuff over there. So if you haven't joined that Facebook group yet and you are coming to the Big Fun Weekend, that's a great place to get information and updates and connect with other Big Fun Weekenders. All right. So very excited for October. Can't wait to see everybody. It'll be great. It'll be just great. Lee and Liz and Julie here. We are back. Just a reminder, if you are enjoying our podcast, please share Satellite Sisters. Liz, Julie, it's the best way we know how to increase listenership of the show is just word of mouth, right? There's almost we tried everything else. Now we're begging you.
No, it's just proven year after year after year, and we've been at this a long time, that the best way for us to grow the community is for you to do that. And it's so easy to just send a link to the show to any of your friends from the app or from our website. Super easy to share just your favorite episode. So we invite you to share.
I think that's great. Yeah, that's it. Just share this episode, all hiatus. If you like those shows and you want to introduce your friends, if you're seeing friends or family over the summer, feel free. Share the sisters. All right. Liz, we've started to announce that handy dandy email we have, hello@satellitesisters.com.
Yes.
And guess what? The emails have come in. We've gotten actual emails in, just enjoyable emails. So I wanted to shout out to a few people who wrote us. Joanne wrote to say, Lynn, you made the Nantucket Book Festival sound so interesting that my friend and I plan to go next year. It's going to be a girls' weekend in Nantucket, and they are going to take the high-speed ferry ferry from New Bedford, so they will not be spending the night at Gate 20 at JFK. They've already booked a B&B in town. Well, they found it. They're just waiting for the official dates to be announced. But she said, thanks for the suggestion. I look forward to your show each week. I learned so much and have so much fun listening. It's like having coffee with a fun friend. Oh, Joanne, that's a good one. Because we always say like having coffee with a friend, but a fun friend. Joanne, great. I'm so glad you're going to Nantucket. That'll be great. And then Camille emailed us. She said, hi, Dolan sisters. I was catching up on episodes while exercising today, and I heard that Leanne's next book will be about a wedding. Listen to this. I am a nautical event planner specializing in weddings.
Oh my God.
That's really a specialty.
It is. It is. She said smooth sailing celebrations. She started it more than 20 years ago, and she loves what she does. So she said, if you have any questions about planning a wedding, research questions, please let me know. I'd be honored to assist. Well, I started following Smooth Sailing Celebrations on the Instagram, you guys, because I want to see like a nautical wedding. I feel like I can work that into my book called The Wedding. There's going to be a lot of wedding material in this book called The Wedding, just FYI. And then I saw the incredible seafood buffet spread that Smooth Sailing My gosh. So Camille, you are going to hear from me. I'm definitely working wedding on a boat into The Wedding. So stand by. Stay tuned. Thanks for emailing.
Oh my God, that is a really helpful offer.
It is. No, super good. Super good.
Yeah. So reminder, we have an email address. It's hello@satellitesisters.com. Okay. But then, of course, there's social media. And now you're going to get Lizzy D on the socials. I'm just going to round up a couple. I have 3 social media things happening in our world that I thought I would bring back to the sisterhood. Number 1, last week, we talked on the show about the very nice personal email we got from Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, who said she was going to give us $100,800,000, which seemed like a lot of money. Super generous of her. And, frankly, we had trouble imagining how could we spend that much money. So I posted it in the Facebook group to say, what would you do with this money? Not surprisingly, the answers were just super nice and super community oriented. And I just don't think the Satellite Sisterhood would be that good at being super rich, because we are totally not spending enough, even when we have more than $100 million. But anyway, there was one super practical answer. Nancy said, well, that would be $133,200,000 Canadian dollars. And we don't have a gift tax, although I will pay tax on the approximately $6.5 million in interest it will generate. So Nancy's already doing the math.
Wow.
I appreciated that. She's going to build herself a beach house, but then she wants to set up more community health centers and provide more housing for low and middle income families. How fun to dream big. Exactly, Nancy.
That was so much nicer than anything we said, right?
I know. Well, I just wanted microphones. Yeah, I just want. I thought, yeah.
Julie, you're right. The number one thing people posted was taking care of their community in some way. Okay. The list included fund mental health, pay college tuitions, fund eco-friendly, affordable apartment units in my county, support Planned Parenthood, pay off mortgages, pay off my mother's assisted living expenses. There was just a long list of people being super generous to their community, whether it was their family or the larger community around them. So, I mean, we knew this is who you are out there, a loving, generous satellite sisterhood. So we got a lot of great ideas there. And then there were a lot of, on the other end of the scale, travel ideas. Jennifer said she just wanted to travel. I would love to show my children the world, which I thought was a great thought. Somebody else wanted to take their whole family to Africa, but a lot of people did want to get out of town. And we support that. We support that in any way. And then Jenny, this is why I commented on the word chaotic earlier on. Jenny posted, I would do the typical things, then be a chaotic fairy godmother. And I thought that really captured the spirit of the whole thing. So,
yeah.
As my lawyer at one point said to me when I was doing my will, she said, "You're dead. You can just be Lady Bountiful. Go for it." So chaotic fairy godmother, I think, is a great aspiration, Jenny, and many others had that spirit. Okay, so that was number one. Story number two from Lizzy D is listeners may remember that in mid-July of 2021, right before the Tokyo Olympics started, we had an interview on the show with Kat Holmes. She is the daughter of a longtime listener, but she was going off to the Tokyo Olympics. She was a fencer. Remember that?
Yes, it was such a great interview.
Yeah. Oh my God. She was so great. And she was going fencing, going to the Olympics. And there was some discussion about how, maybe when she went to college, she was going to give up the fencing, but she didn't. Now she was doing this. But then the moment she got back from the Tokyo Olympics, she was starting med school. So maybe then the fencing would sort of go away. Well, I'm here to tell you that Kat Holmes is still fencing. Yeah. We love Kat. We love Kat. So I follow her on Instagram. She's Kat Holmes 46. And she was just at the Pan American Championships in Lima, Peru. USA won a gold medal in the team, and she won a bronze medal in individual. And
Amazing. That's
amazing. Amazing. As she put in her post, solid start to Olympic qualification. So we can start rooting right now that Kat Holmes will be at the Paris Olympics. And she said, "Love this squad and can't wait to see what we're going to do at World Championships later this summer." So she's going to Worlds this summer, working that Olympic qualification. I just wanted to remind everyone, it's a great episode of Satellite Sisters, 7/20/21. And follow Kat. You're going to get like a lot of adventures around the world from just a super fun young woman who is part of the sisterhood.
oh, great. Good update.
Good report. Aren't you happy for her?
I was so happy. I was so happy. And it looks like she's still in med school.
Yeah, no, she is. Yeah, she definitely is because she does med school post too.
Yes. Okay. And then one last thing, there was a post in our Facebook group that we got a reaction to. So Sherry or Cherie posted a story from that was published about Texas, Julie. And what she said is, she said, hoping y'all will discuss the art of mailbox bakery during the heat waves on an upcoming episode. This could be a skill we must all develop if situations do not improve on the climate front. And then she posted a story that said, how hot is it in Texas? This woman baked bread in her mailbox. Did you see this, Jolt?
Well, first of all, I love the spirit. Like, hey, it's 105 out. So, hey, let me go make some bread in the mailbox. That's the spirit. Don't want to get you down that it's a little warm outside. No, I like it.
So there is a photo of Roberta Wright, who lives in a suburb of Houston, allegedly baking bread in her mailbox. And allegedly, it took 45 minutes. So I was happy for Roberta, happy for all of us. It was just a fun little bit of social media. So I appreciate that Cherie had shared this with us. But then, Twitter, always in it for ruining all of our fun.
Yeah.
They added a warning to this post. When by the time I got it, it said, this is a hoax, or at least misrepresented by these images. The Maillard reaction, which gives bread crust the golden brown color, requires temperatures of at least 280 Fahrenheit. Even in extremely hot conditions with direct sun, bricks rarely exceed 160. So I just want to say to Twitter, like, this is what you choose to correct on Twitter? Seriously, Twitter? Like, this is the misinformation we're fighting against? Ay. No wonder Satellite Sisters is already on Threads. But anyway, we like the story. We're glad it got shared with us. And we think the whole idea is fun. So that's Lizzy D on the socials.
Okay. I don't know what all our friends, our letter carrier friends would feel about this bread baking trend in the mailboxes. Okay. They may not be quite as, I think it's quite as fun. So anyway, although I have to admit, I've always wanted to crack an egg on a sidewalk.
Yeah, that looks fun.
I haven't done that yet, but I'm going
Well, this looks like the year. So go for it.
Okay.
Go for
Okay,
it.
I think every year from now on is going to be the year. But so do it whenever you're ready, Julie. We would love
Okay,
to see you. The
and I'll get back to you on that. Hey, it's time for Entertaining Sisters. And we were talking before we did the show. I know, Leanne and Liz, there's a writer's strike. Now there's an actor's strike. But I want, so we, Leanne, you cautioned us. You said that maybe we should slow down our viewing to make it last because there might not be new shows coming out. Is that
That's
right?
right. I mean, really, people, there's not going to be a fall TV season. They're already starting to ship summer movies from next year. I would just say slow your roll on a lot of media content. Figure out what else you can do besides binge.
Okay. So I would like to recommend an Apple TV 7-part thriller called Hijack. So maybe you want to do this, watch it once a month, watch this show, slow it down, stretch it out. Okay, because this is pretty good. And it stars Idris Elba. We love him. Okay. He was at Wimbledon too, right, Liz?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He was looking good, looking cool there. So this is a thriller and it takes place in real time, 7-hour flight between Dubai and London. And it's a British gang of hijackers. Okay, so I give them credit. Okay, it's not just your run-of-the-mill Middle Eastern hijackers. Okay, This is a British gangsters that have hijacked this plane. Elba plays a corporate fixer, Sam Nelson. He's the kind of guy that flies around the world and comes in and seals the deal, gets the thing done, whatever it is, that's his career. Okay. So this thriller is tense. It's very fast paced.
Yeah.
I think you're going to enjoy it. It has some improbable plot points. Okay. Just ignore those. Ignore them. Okay. Put them aside. Okay. Sam Nelson is trying to ingratiate himself with the hijack team because he's going to fix it. And they haven't dropped the last episode yet, so I don't know how it finishes. So that's really exciting. But I think this is well worth watching. It's Hijacked on Apple TV Plus.
Great. Yeah, I watched the first couple. It's enjoyable. It's good. It's actually very good. Yep.
Okay, I have an Entertaining Sisters recommendation, and this is a real movie in a real theater for real grown-ups. So I think these are the kinds of movies we should be supporting while you can. The title of the movie is Past Lives, and it's really the ultimate slow burn movie about a relationship between two childhood friends in Korea who are then separated for 20 years and reunite in New York City. So they have sort of a crush on each other when they're kids. Then the girl's family immigrates to Canada, and ultimately she moves to the United States, and he stays in Korea. And so you sort of see their lives developing on these different paths, and then you see how they reconnect and what the implications of that are. And they're exploring there's this Korean concept called inyan, which means like providence or fate. So it really is an exploration of fate. It is super sweet, super thoughtful. The two stars, Greta Lee plays the woman and Tao Yu plays the man. But it's written and directed by a first-time director. Her name is Celine Song. She's Canadian. It premiered at Sundance this year. I highly, highly recommend it. And I have a double recommendation because last week when I went to see it, when I came out of the theater, I had a text from your younger son, Leanne, who wanted to make sure I knew that he had just bumped into Scottie Pippen signing whiskey bottles at Total Wine in Santa Monica. So that was breaking news he wanted to share. You'll never believe who I just saw at Total Wine in Santa Monica. So I got back to him and was like, who did you see? By the way, I just saw Past Lives. And he said, oh, and because, he's a cinephile. You have talked about that before. He said, oh, my roommate has seen that. She said it's great. I am definitely going to see that movie. So it's not just me recommending this. It is Leanne's son, who is quite the movie expert, recommending it. So,
okay. Excellent.
Good one.
I like that he's also on our celebrity sighting thread now, Liz. We can incorporate him. It's you, me, and Sheila doing our celeb sightings. So now we'll drag in Colin, and it'll be good.
I'll tell you, when he texted me like, you guess who I just saw? Scottie Pippen was not going to be one of my guesses.
All right. Well, I just want to remind people that we do have our Best Beach Bags books list. It's still up at bookshop.org. There are probably titles that you have not read yet because they're not out. And I want to let you know about one specific title that's coming up. It's from my friend Naomi Hirahara. Now, you remember Naomi was on our show for her book, Clark and Division. Remember that really good historical fiction mystery?
Yes.
Says Chicago, a family that gets released, a Japanese-American family that gets released from Manzanar and is resettled to Chicago, and then things go south for them. So that book won all kinds of awards, by the way. So including the Mary Higgins Clark award-winning award for, great mysteries. So Naomi wrote a follow-up to it. It's called Evergreen, and that comes out on August 1st. So you can pre-order now, or suggest that your library order it, or get on the wait list at your library, or pick it for your book club. It's about a Japanese-American nurse's aide. And this is a book about how she navigates the dangers of post-World War II and post-Manzanar life as she attempts to find justice for a broken family. And this one I know is set in Los Angeles. So they come back. First one was set in Chicago. This one is set in LA. So that's August 1st. Evergreen is the name of the book by Naomi Hirahara. So pick that up.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, I have two quick thank yous to listeners. We always ask you to rate and review the show if you can. The past 2 weeks, there were two really good reviews that I want to share. The first one is earnest and thoughtful, and thank you at NB11 for this very sweet post. The title is Awesome Community. She gives 5 stars and said, "This podcast is the first one I listen to when it comes out each week. These lovely women are the warm, fun, smart sisters I can always count on to lift my spirits, teach me something new, or give me their hot take on the little things in life in a way that makes me smile. The community they've created is so fun and supportive. Highly recommend." So,
very nice.
We highly recommend you, NB11. Thank you. Very thoughtful. Then we got another one that was super funny, Julie, because this was about something you talked about on the show. 5 stars from Thankful Sadie. And it's titled, Sit Down and Cross Your Legs. And so she said, sit down and cross your legs before stories like the panty misunderstanding with buying peonies at Trader Joe's. I was laughing so hard, I wished I were sitting down with my legs crossed. This is my new favorite podcast, and I wish I had found it sooner. So super nice, super fun. That's a good reason to share the podcast. Anyway,
Yes.
Thank you to both of them and to everyone who rates and reviews the show. It really helps us.
All right. We are wrapping up for the day. So we would like to thank our engineer, Sergio Enriquez. Thank you, Sergio. He is a special assistant in with him today, his daughter, Andrea. So thank you, Andrea, for being here with Satellite Sisters. Emily Boragine does our graphics. Thank you, Emily, for everything that you do. We'd like to thank our team at True Native Media. They're the ones that help us with sponsors. And thanks to you, the Satellite Sisters listeners, who support the sponsors that support this show. Very, very important to the whole Satellite Sisters ecosystem. We are going to be taking a few weeks off, but stuff will be happening. Shows will be, great shows will be posting. You may see us around the socials. We won't go too far away, but we might not be there every day, right? All right, our to-do list for the week. I'm just going to start it. Now that Wimbledon is wrapped, I can really focus on the Women's World Cup. Very excited that that's going to be starting later this week. And even more excited that it's in Australia, because that is just a fantastic sporting country. And they support everything that happens there in a big way. They've already sold out the opening game there at the Women's World Cup. It'll be fun to see the U.S., but there are just a lot of good feel-good teams that you can root for, including a team from Haiti that's sort of
Oh, wow.
yeah. That's it will be emotional even to see a team from Haiti take the field in such a glorious world sporting event. So that's it. Women's World Cup. That's going to be 4 great weeks. Can't wait.
All right, Lynn, good. Well, I'm here in Steamboat Springs, and my to-do is Nana Camp is going to be firing up pretty soon, finalizing the list of campers for this year. But one thing I've realized is my campers keep getting older. I don't know how this is happening. And you know what happens when they get older? First of all, they want to do more challenging things like rock climbing and, things that I don't know if the head counselor can handle that. The other thing is, these campers, they stay up later now. They, but like, I think the head counselor is going to, say goodnight to the campers, let them watch TV for a little longer. But I am going to insist on nap time. We will still have that. People will be unplugged, and we're going to have quiet time.
Quiet hour. Right.
Yes.
Rest hours. They used to say at summer camp. Excellent. Good luck, Nana.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't break anything.
No, that's what I'm worried about. Okay. How about you, Liz?
Well, I am going home from Bend at the end of this week, so I can finally get jury duty out of the way next week.
Oh, Liz.
That sounds like a fun summer vacation activity. Good.
I know. Well, but here's the thing, Jewel. I kept postponing it. Like, is there ever a perfect week to be on jury duty? No, there isn't. But I want to do my civic duty.
Good.
I really thought during the hiatus is the one time when I wouldn't be like risking, oh my God, I got called in, but I can't do the show, all of that. So I'm doing it next week. I'm really looking forward to it. But here's the twist. I've served before in the downtown courthouse, the big Los Angeles courthouse that you see on the news all the time. I've served in the Santa Monica courthouse, but I got called to the airport courthouse. So for a brief moment, I got super excited because I thought, am I going to get to rule on like TSA infractions or bad airport behavior? I thought, are these crimes that happen at the airport, like smuggling and things?
Yes, it could be very hijacking.
Yeah, could be really
drunk passengers that get kicked off planes. They go right to the airport courthouse, I think.
I would like to be able to rule on that, but sadly, no. Sadly, those would not be like LA crimes. It just happens to be a courthouse that is near the airport, so that's disappointing. I just, I didn't want to get you all like psyched up. And anyway, regular old crimes at the airport courthouse, but just gonna do my civic duty because it's important.
All right. Well, if you have any celebrity sightings, text us. Text us.
That happens a lot in LA.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Liz, Julie, have a great hiatus. I know we'll be in touch, but we don't really have any plans to see each other. So carry on with your life.
Okay, sounds good.
Excellent plan, Lynn.
All right. And don't forget, call your satellite sister.